Behold the great and wonderful Sophie. Sophie is a gorgeous albino boa. So, lots of people see leucistic snakes like this one over here, and the first thing they say is, wow, that's a beautiful
albino.
Yeah.
Joshua Jensen with distinction.
Yeah, that's my little brother. You did it. You're a good boy.
Remember, good. And this part, blue one.
A beautiful albino boa. Little do they know that leucistic boas are not albinos. If we look at the leucistic boa's eyes, we will see, when we look at it, okay, so if you look at that, you'll see a black pupil. So one of the key features of albino boas is that albino boas have absolutely no black pigment. So that's basically one of the that's what an albino boa is. It's a snake that has absolutely no black pigment. So when we look at the eye, they usually have red eyes. And what I like the most about kind of Sophie here is her eyes are really kind of like pink. Why are we not getting our focus? There we go. She has like these beautiful pink eyes that are not really like ugly looking. Some albinos, they have like not very pretty eyes, but Sophie here, she caught me with her face. I just thought she's gorgeous. She reminds me of like a dragon. And like you can see how chill she is right now. She's just like hanging out and sometimes she chills so still, people are just like, is it real? You see that? Sophie is my second boa. And I've had her now for 7 years. And this is going to be her first time breeding this year, hopefully. But anyways, back on track. So, whenever you see a yellow boa or a yellow snake, that's usually an albino. Usually yellow snakes are albino. So, once again, albino means no black pigment. It's a recessive gene, and the way recessive genes work is they have to meet each other to create more of them. So, for instance, this here again, we have Eve, who recently has been renamed Steve, and Texas leucistic rat snake. Now, both of these snakes are similar in the way that they are recessive genes. So, lots of people make the mistake when getting into snakes, and I did too, was, okay, if I get a beautiful, like this beautiful white snake, and then I get some other beautiful snake, I put them together, I'm going to get some weird, interesting combinations of the two snakes. But that's not how genes work. If you breed this snake to anything that isn't carrying the leucistic gene, you're not going to have any leucistic animals. So, this snake also, if I breed this to anything, unless it has albino, I'm not going to have any albino babies. So, there are basically two forms of the gene. There's the heterozygous form, which is not showing, and then there is the homozygous form, which is showing. So this snake is the homozygous form of albino. So you can see that it's albino. It has to be bred to another snake with the homozygous form or the heterozygous form. If it's bred to a animal that is het for albino, then about 50% of them will be showing albino, and 50% of them will be carrying it, but not showing it. So if she's bred to any snake, like no matter what, she will pass on the gene because she's carrying it in homozygous form. So a homozygous form of any recessive gene, whether it is albino or right here like leucistic, anything they breed to will 100% be carrying that gene. So you'll know if you breed them together, if you keep a couple babies and breed them together, or if you keep back a male or female and breed them back to their parent, you'll be able to get more leucistic snakes or more albino snakes. The reason that it's important to kind of know is because if you were then to take the babies that are carrying the albino gene but not showing it, wonderful, thank you. So I'm just going to finish this and then we can talk. But if you take any babies that are carrying the albino gene or the leucistic gene but not showing it, anything they breed to, there's only a 50% chance of it carrying the gene, and there's no way to know because you can't see it. So when you're buying babies off anyone and they're saying that they're carrying albino, or you want to have a snake that's carrying albino, you have to make sure you see a picture of the parents, or you know that one of the parents was the homozygous form of the recessive gene. Because if the parent of the baby is albino or leucistic, then you know your baby is going to be carrying albino or leucistic for sure. But if you don't see those parents, then somebody could basically just be selling a normal snake and saying, hey, this is carrying albino, just to try and get more money or to sell it easier. But there's no guarantee if you don't see that parent. So it's always important to know where your snakes are coming from. Hopefully that explains the way recessive genes work. Wonderful. Thank you, brother. Thanks for helping me. It's always a pleasure.